Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What
do you want next? What in the immediate future, what do you want?
Well, I just want to stay active. That's my thing. I just really want to stay busy. I have my promoter, Eddie Hearn. He's going to keep me busy in the next 2018 and the next year. And I'm just looking forward to what he has in store because I know he has major plans for me, and I'm looking forward to see whoever wants to step up.
Most boxing fans would figure that there's a belt on the line, Saunders, Lemieux, and that if Daniel Jacobs gets the winner there, the winner of that fight would clearly be the leading guy to fight the winner of Triple-G Canelo in the rematch. Something like that?
Something like that. That's exactly right. Well, we're gonna invade Montreal. We're gonna make sure that we're ringside so those guys see my face, and then I'll call them out afterwards. I've already made it clear through social media that I wanted to fight, and both guys denied me. So hopefully this performance and me being with you guys in the match room, they'll be forced to fight me.
You guys are hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. People saying he won't fight. He said he mentioned before that he didn't want to fight me. He's actually said it before, and I don't know, man. I just think it's no other fight that makes sense right now for him. If he's trying to get the top dogs, they're tied right now. So, you know, and he's champion. People consider me be above him as far as in the ranking, as far as just the general consensus. I mean, people consider me to be one of the best, if not the best middleweight in the world. Second best, third, however you want to put it. But B.J. Saunders just now made a statement, but he still got to go through the likes of a Daniel Jacobs and top guys like that. But let's make this fight happen. 2018, Saunders versus Jacobs.
Former middleweight champion Daniel Jacobs again calls out Billy Joe Saunders. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chat channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We are working. Now, Billy Joe Saunders put on a hell of a performance versus David Lemieux. Now, you can say, oh, David Lemieux, he's a one-trick pony, he's one-dimensional. But bottom line is, going into the fight, there were differences of opinions. Some people said Lemieux was going to knock him out and didn't really rate Billy Joe Saunders highly. And some people thought Billy Joe Saunders would outbox him. So it was really a mixed bag. And that's the thing in boxing. Everybody, after the fact, wants to come about and say, oh, I knew this was going to happen. Anyone can do that after we get a conclusion. So I give props to Billy Joe Saunders because, not that I told you guys, I said if it goes rounds, then obviously it's going to favor Billy Joe Saunders more and more, because I've seen David Lemieux fatigue and he struggles. I told you guys in the live stream, he struggles to figure it out. Like if it's working for him, then everything's perfect. If he has you hurt and bloody and, you know what I mean, then it's all good. But if someone's tricky and crafty, he struggles with figuring out what to put together to get you out of there, i.e. Marcos Reyes. Marcos Reyes had been stopped recently before fighting David Lemieux. Then he fought him on the Canelo versus Chavez Jr. card, and even though he battered him and bloodied him and stuff like that, somehow, some way, Reyes was able to hold on. Now, another recent performance was that Christian Fabian Rios, another not big name. So you would expect to see more separation from a David Lemieux in fights like that. But just Fabian Rios was somewhat crafty, and he was able to go the distance. So to me, it's not that I didn't think Billy Joe Saunders could outbox David Lemieux, right? It's the fact of how he did it. It looked pretty effortless. It looks like, I mean, he was clowning in there. He was looking to the rafters and really embarrassing and making a mockery, really, to the point. And this is no shade to David Lemieux. I really like David Lemieux despite his shortcomings. I like his style, just what he brings to the table. But to the point where you're like, damn, David Lemieux's not going to get no more title shots, at least for a while. And like some people have even written him off like, damn, he's done. You know what I mean? Off of that performance. So nonetheless, Billy Joe Saunders had a good performance. Another person that had a good performance is Daniel Jacobs. He fought a guy who was a trash talker, undefeated, and he said, I watched him his whole career, and Danny Jacobs hit the deck, and I'm gonna knock him out. And that was Luis Cuba Arias. We seen on HBO in the main event, back on HBO, first fight with Eddie Hearn. Daniel Jacobs looked superb, right? The only thing, I guess, if you want to nitpick, he won every round, just like Billy Joe Saunders. Maybe he was a little bit too anxious to get the knockout, and he rushed his work in spots. But I mean, none of that really mattered because he won every single round. So fast forward to the future. I did a video about it, Canelo versus Triple G. It looks like they're closing in on that fight. Golden Boy president Eric Gomez said it's very close. They got to tidy up a few last minute details, and it looks like we're going to get that fight. So if we do in fact get Canelo versus Triple G, I've been saying this, I said this on past live streams and videos, I want to see Daniel Jacobs versus Billy Joe Saunders. Jacobs gave Triple G a run for his money. He had a version of the WBA. I thought he beat Triple G. Even if you had Triple G winning, I mean, he ended that Triple G 23 knockout streak, and Jacobs didn't lose stock in that. And then he already bounced back with a strong win. So I think he's right there up there with recent performances in 2017, where it's not out of the question for him to be right back into a title shot picture. That's just my honest opinion. Billy Joe Saunders is a title holder, and I think it actually fits perfect. Billy Joe Saunders, WBO champion. That's the missing link to undisputed for the winner of Canelo Triple G. Whoever wins, as long as it's not a draw, as long as we get one winner in this rematch with Canelo Triple G, then they'll have all the belts except for that. So it sets up things nicely. If 2018, Daniel Jacobs and Billy Joe Saunders fight for that strap, then the winner would really be in line, to me, to face the winner of Canelo Triple G for all the marbles, for undisputed. And I think that would be big for boxing. As you can see, Daniel Jacobs, in the video I played at the beginning, he's called out Billy Joe Saunders and David Lemieux, right? Post-fight, he says he wants the winner. He was supposed to be ringside. I don't think he went. Demetrius Andrade was supposed to be ringside. I don't think they went. Maybe they had some issues with Canada or just decided against the trip. Who knows? But now that we have an outcome with Saunders Lemieux, that's what I want to see. I think that's the best fit. Now, I love watching Jermall Charlo and Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. They're also definite key players in the division. But to me, this really makes the most sense because Jacobs did this new Eddie Hearn deal, so he's already back on HBO. Billy Joe Saunders just fought on HBO. Canelo and Triple G fought on HBO pay-per-view and have been fighting on HBO. So I think it's easier, all around easier to make. Jermall Charlo is with PBC. Most of his recent fights have been on the Premier Boxing Champs side, Showtime side. So I'm not saying, because I was at the press conference with the Charlo brothers, with PBC, and they said he could go over to HBO, but I'm just saying the logistics don't, it seems to be probably a little bit harder to make as opposed to people who are already on the network right now, as is. And the other thing is, it looks like Charlo is in the path to be Triple G's mandatory and going through eliminators with Hugo Centeno. So I still want to see some more from him at middleweight. I mean, if he gets the mandatory #1 contender shot at Triple G, I would love that fight. But business-wise and stuff, this way makes the sense. And same thing with Demetrius Andrade, very talented, but he has one fight at middleweight, just like Charlo. You know what I mean? One fight, and it was against Alan Tez Fox, and he looked good in that fight. But it wouldn't hurt them to get a little bit, you know what I mean? Just stay active and just be waiting for the opportunity. So Billy Joe Saunders and Danny Jacobs, to me, that's already more ready-made. Obviously, a rematch with Canelo and Triple G, ready-made. Let me know what you guys think. Who would you favor, Billy Joe Saunders or Daniel Jacobs? I think that's the best possible outcome for 2018. What can happen next at middleweight? Let me know your thoughts. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.